Hello everyone and welcome to yet another GTA 5 The Contract video. The DLC has been out for exactly a week now and I can safely give you all the info you need about the agency, including the best money making methods, prices of everything you need, and the do's and don'ts of the business. So if you find this helpful or enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe, but without further ado, let's get straight into this. So let's start with the agency itself and what one should you actually choose. There are actually quite a few options, but with this business, locations isn't really a major issue and it doesn't really matter. Per mission with location put into it, you may only save about 5 to 10 seconds, but nothing too major. So if you're tight on money, then just get the cheapest one. And if you do have money, then just get whatever one you want, it doesn't really matter. So now you've got your agency, we need to discuss optional customization. Ignore the first three options, just leave them as the default. If you are trying to save money, they are just purely cosmetic and it doesn't really matter about them. But these other three options are very important. Now the armory is basically a personal ammunition which gives you discounts on all weapons, ammo and armor. So this in the long term is actually a very great investment. So then we have the accommodation, which usually I don't select, but if you do select it, it allows you to spawn at the agency. So I guess if you are a major cheapskate, then you don't have to select this option. But then we have another must buy extra, which is the vehicle workshop. In other businesses, it's usually useless and doesn't really offer or do much, but here with the agency, it actually gets you access to some really essential upgrades or upgrades that will really help you. So if you were to purchase the cheapest location, which is Little Seoul, whatever, with the upgrades I just mentioned, no cosmetic ones, it will cost you just shy of 4 million GTA dollars, or $3.805 million to be exact, which is definitely not cheap. But let's face it, it could be a lot worse. So now you have your agency. Congratulations, you have now completed step number 1. But now you're wondering, well Torag, how do I actually start making money? Well, there are 4 ways you can make money with this business. So there is obviously the Dr. Dre contract. Then there are the security contracts, which you can either start from your computer inside the agency, or you can call Franklin and request one from him. Then we have Payphone Hits, which a lot of you probably didn't know about, as you have to complete the Dr. Dre contract first before you get access to these very good missions. And then finally we have the wall safe, but we won't go over that as it's like $250 per hour IRL, which is just not worth it. So let's start with the Dr. Dre contract, which after completing rewards the player with $1 million just straight up, no questions asked. It will take you a couple of hours to complete, but after the first time there is no real point in completing it again, as the pay is nowhere near as good as Cayo Perico. But then we have security contracts, which the pay is in varied amounts depending on the level. Now the security contracts are just a bunch of fairly simple tasks which can be completed in under 10-15 minutes or so. So these tasks range from asset recovery, asset protection, rescue operation and some others, but their names escape me right now. I think there's also, you can recover cars, gang wipeout or something where you kill a gang. But all you need to know about these missions in terms of what one to do is any of them apart from the asset protection one, as this one will always take 10 minutes, and if some of the crates or product get destroyed by the people trying to attack it, then you lose money per thing destroyed, meaning this one is a bit more challenging, and that's probably not good, because if you want to make the most amount of money possible, you want the easiest one. But the rest of them are fairly simple and can be done with relative ease. So you may be wondering, well, how much do I get paid for doing one of these missions then? Well, it's actually not that easy. It depends on what level the activity is. Now what do I mean by that? Well, there are 3 levels. These 3 levels are Professional, Specialist, then Specialist Plus. That list is in order from easiest to hardest, lowest pay to highest pay. Now professional contracts are the easiest ones, and you can bag yourself between $30,000 to $40,000, which is pretty good for 4 or 5 minutes of work, and these ones are really easy. Then for the specialist contracts, it is in the range of about 45k to 55k. Once again, very good pay, just a bit better this time. And then Specialist Plus, which you can bag anything over $65,000 up to about, from my experience, $97,000, which is really good pay once again. I would definitely recommend these missions, as you can do 3 or 4 of them as you wait for any cooldowns or business resupply to happen, and you can also combine these with the next method of this business, which is Payphone Hits. Okay, so first off, I will throw up a map created by an unknown Reddit user that shows the location of each of the phone box or payphones, as the first time you do one of these payphone missions, you actually have to search for a payphone box yourself and go to it and call up the number. But after that, you can simply just call Franklin and request one from him yourself, which is much better and saves a lot of time. Now, what do these missions actually involve? Well, these missions involve you killing at least one target. Most of the time it will be multiple targets, but I have had missions in the past where only one assassination is required. Sorry, couldn't speak there. But the big pay doesn't come from the bog standard job, just pew pew pew, kill the target. That is actually not it. You will be notified, or a pop-up will appear on your screen, like whatever time for the mission, just before you're about to kill the first target, that will tell you how to get the bonus amount. Now, this bonus amount can be achieved if the player kills a target in a certain way requested by the client. For example, you have to either run over the intended target or blow them up with a fuel canister, things like that. So how much do you earn per hit? Well, if you don't complete the bonus, you get a pretty shitty $15,000. But big but here, if you follow Franklin's instructions and the client's instructions and get the bonus, which is usually not even hard to get, it's not a difficult bonus, you will receive an extra $70,000, and yes, I said that correctly, $70,000 bonus, which is pretty mental for a bonus. Although these payphone missions do have a 20-minute cooldown timer, so you'll have to rotate between doing the security contracts and these payphone missions. But doing these two things in unison, really good. You can earn some serious dosh if you're doing these properly and you're a decent player. So there you have it, a complete agency business guide for all of you guys. Would I recommend you get this business? Absolutely. It's not just fun with the story mode characters returning and a bigger focus on the story aspect, so you can get to know the characters a bit better if you haven't played through story mode or you don't know all about the lore and stuff like that, and we get introduced to some new characters also. But not just that, not just the story aspect, it's a solid moneymaker. It is no Cayo Perico, I will give you that. It's not going to be as good as Cayo Perico, but it is an excellent second business to operate alongside it. So thanks for watching, guys. Please like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends and on social media platforms. But thanks again, and like always, take care everyone.
I came back now, getting all this guap, I don't think about the past now. Paper so long, I might fuck around and cash out. Everyone on my side, now I got it back and I tell her say goodbye. Yeah, I'm in my zone, yeah, they asking how I do this. Right up in a whip, yeah, I hit it, now I'm moving. Speaking my own language, yeah, the fans in me are fluent. Got